Hi, welcome to Old Guy Gentleman Flex Fountain Pens episode number 79. And today, as you can see from this picture, we're going to be covering the Wahl Eversharp Skylines. Not all of them, but my small collection. I think I have all the colors of the striped version. And the other fun thing I've done for today is I've filled each one of these things with Pelikan 4001 ink in a similar color to the color of the pen. And I'll give you some examples of, and I'll give you some writing examples. Okay, so it's the Wahl Eversharp Skylines. They were made between 1941 and 1948-49. This particular style is called Modern Stripe, and the colors that you saw in the beginning are the garnet. I guess they just can't call it red, huh? Garnet, the brown, the green, the blue, and by the way, I think this is called a gold derby. And the gray, which to me is more like, I guess it's gray, black and gray. Some interesting things about the pen itself is that it was designed by a gentleman by the name of Henry Dreyfuss, who had designed some of the late 1930s the really cool modern deco train engines, and this sort of had the same sort of look to it. They're all lever fillers, which means that there's a sack inside here. The trim, I believe, on all of them is a gold-filled trim. One of the interesting things is inside here, see in the center, first of all, this has got an ink view. They don't all have ink views, but this one does. And you can kind of see that there's something in there. Well, that's like a breather tube, and they put that in there so it could be flight-proofed. And they warned that it took 5 draws of the lever to fill it up, but it helped protect if pressure built up in the airplane due to the flight, that you wouldn't get leaks. I've never taken these on any flights, so I don't know if it really works. All of these are probably about medium flex, maybe a little bit better than that. I think, at least from my experience, it's fairly rare to get a really flexy one. This one that I did an earlier view on, which is this green striated pen. This one I think was like a full flex pen, really nice nib. I'm curious. Well, a little difference in the nib on these things. In fact, I'll have to check these as I go through here. One of the things is when you collect pens, what you have in your hand isn't necessarily what came out of the store. People, including myself, have fixed these things. If something got broken or cracked, they got a substitute, or if they wanted a little bit more flex, they got a different size nib. Let's compare all the nibs in all these. The nib is approximately the same. This one does not have an ink view. Alright, this is a bigger one. It does have an ink view in it. It'd be interesting to see how this one writes. This is back to having a small one again. And the one is also a small nib. So this guy's really an outlier. Wish I knew more about these pens, whether I could tell you whether it actually did potentially come with this nib. Let's go back and check. Well, it's still not as big as this one, but in terms of pen size, they're the same. Isn't that pretty? all these post. You have to be a little bit careful because it puts pressure on this, and I believe these are celluloid pens, and so when you cover it like that, you can no longer fill it. Like that's, some people mention that as a detractor, but that really doesn't make any sense to me, because if I want to fill it, I'll just take it off and fill it, and that doesn't happen all that often during the course of writing, so I don't see that as any sort of issue. Maybe I'm missing something. Let's talk about some dimensions. So posted length, 5 3/4. Capped, 5 5/16. Uncapped, 14 15/16. Barrel diameter is about 7/16. And section diameter is 5/16 to 3/8. So just like this, it's a little bit small for me to write with. It's fine. The barrel's fine. The section's okay. I like things a little bit larger if you've watched some of my videos. But if you post it, it feels really nice. Balance is good. I kind of like it. Let me show you the response of each one of these in a brief writing example. Okay, so this particular nib is a little bit more than medium flex, in between medium flex and full flex. Had a little bit of railroading, but that might be because I had this out for a while. How about the blue one? This nib might need a little bit of tuning, but it's about a medium flex. Alright, so this one is not as fine, but the nib is really nice and clean. It's flowing really well. And again, this is somewhere between a medium flex and a full flex. It's got a little bit of feedback, but it's nice. Not as fine, but it's funny what we flex pen writers get satisfaction over. And I get very satisfied out of doing stuff like this. Okay, the brown. Okay, so this one is as fine as some of the other ones, but does not flex as much. This is definitely a medium flex pen. A little bit of feedback with it, but that's still pretty good. Okay, so this nib is smoother. It feels like a medium flex, but I'm getting a little bit more than a medium flex out of it. And we'll do some dog and fox stuff. So they're all nice medium flex to medium flex plus nibs. Gonna have to work on the nib of this one. But it's fun. It's fun to collect a collection of the different colors. And then there are Oh, I didn't mention these are all what's called standard size. There's a size smaller in this. I'm not sure if it's ladies or junior, but it's smaller. Too small for me. And you can usually find a lot more of those than these. They come in all shapes and sizes, in that there could be different banding or no banding on here. The having the gold derby or not. There's even some variation in the clips themselves. In some of these, there's, God, I wish I knew more about this. There's these, I think there's some sort of mark of extra quality on some of these clips, but not on the others. So I guess that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video and got something about it. Every time I do these videos, I try to do some research on it. I'm going to have to see if I can get some additional books. As I'm looking at these, color-wise. These are really kind of spectacular in terms of eye candy, color-popping pens. Anyhow, okay, that's enough. Till next time, thank you for watching. Bye.